Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're fine. Welcome to Lawyers Info Hub. It's always a pleasure to create content on this platform. For my returning subscribers, I thank you for always stopping by to check what is new on the channel. And for you who's watching me for the first time, you're welcome. This is a great family of law for lawyers, law lovers, law students. The channel it was created, with the focus to ensure excellence in legal practice to help groom the younger lawyers, the law students to become better advocates who can compete with their contemporaries globally. So today we're looking at career growth, self growth, how to evaluate your life, your career as a lawyer, for profitability. So if your career growth is not evaluated, your life your is not evaluated, you may not be able to know whether you're making progress or you're redundant. So we're looking at ways you can evaluate yourself, evaluate your career to ensure that you are what moving according to what the trend. You are growing the way you should. Where a child is not growing, a time will come when that child will start having issues of ego because every person around him or her would have grown past him. He will start feeling something is wrong. And by that time, it might be too late to even know what to do. So it's important that at every point in time, you evaluate. When you evaluate yourself, you evaluate your career, how far you've gone, how far you're going, it gives room for growth. It gives room for improvement. It helps you open your eyes to know I'm getting it right here. I am not getting it right here. What do I do? How do I seek for help? And when the help comes, you recognize where to fit in and how to carry on for excellence. The idea is for you to be the excellent lawyer you desire to be and to be the best you can ever be. So let's start this way. As a lawyer who is practicing, who is in private practice, public service, in-house counsel, wherever you find yourself, there are measures for growth. There are things you need to consider in measuring your growth to know how well you're doing, if you're doing well. Now, if you're in active practice, there are certain expectations, that people expect, or people who are older than you, begin look out for in you. If, for example, you're 5 years post score, and there are certain legal gymnastics or certain legal dynamics you should know. Sometimes we go to court, we see a judge asking a lawyer, "How old are you? How old are you?" It's not to demean the lawyer. The judge wants to understand, okay, is this a new wig? Is this person old enough to know what you're supposed to do? Or he's new to practice? Why they want to know your age is that it's expected that if you're, for example, 3 years post score, 4 years post score, 5 years post score, there are basic things you should know how to do. So that the judge wants to know the age, so that to know whether to shout, whether to correct in love, or whether to criticize. So that's why most times when the judge asks you how old are you, is to ascertain, okay, let me not take this person's physical age for his or her age at the bar. Now there are things expected of you as you grow. Every day you're getting older in the bar. Every day, every month you're getting older. So you're expected to know certain things. For a child who is in nursery one, you don't expect that child to grow overnight to nursery five. No, it is a process. But you don't expect that child to still remain in that nursery one forever. There is a growth process. So you need to master the growth process and know whether you're growing or not. One of the reasons why you need to evaluate your career is to know whether you are in the right place, whether you're gaining the right knowledge, whether you're utilizing the knowledge you're gaining, whether you need to do more in terms of improving yourself, networking, growing your legal knowledge and all of that. But when you self-evaluate your career, it gives you an idea of what you need to do to go forward and what you're doing to consolidate the right things you're doing for expansion. Why I'm talking about self and career goal is that it's similar. If your career is growing, it's expected that you as a person should also grow. Yes. For example, if in a space of 3 years you've worked somewhere, and to be truthful to yourself, you have to be truthful to yourself that you just have analyzed it and said, I'm not getting adequate knowledge here. I'm not getting the right exposure I want. I'm not learning things I need to learn. When you compare to when you meet your mates outside and see what they are doing and the strides they are what gaining, you tell yourself the truth. It all boils down to either you leave that place, look for another place that is better off so that you can grow. You know that you have been in a place for 10 years is not a guarantee that you would have grown for that 10 years. Many people, if you check their trajectory in terms of their career, they were not in one place. And for every time they moved, there was a reason why they moved. And the reason why they moved was visible to everyone who can see. So you must ask yourself, where am I am? Am I growing? Now, if for example you're working for yourself, you ask yourself in the last 1 year, how far have I gone? You know, in businesses, people audit their business just to know how far they are going. In business, when we see money, but they don't know that they're not even making profit, rather, they're just recycling what they have. So, evaluation is like an audit that helps you understand whether you're growing, whether you're redundant, whether you're expanding, so that you know what to do, you know how to fix it and identify those lapses that you need to work on or to fix. Self growth, self development, is very important as a lawyer. Irrespective of where you are and what you're doing, you must grow. There must be indices to show that you have grown from where you used to be to where you desire to be or where you want to be. You must not be at the same level. For example, you have finished with your normal LLB degree, you've gone to the law school, 2 years has passed, 4 years has passed, there's no other certification you have. Isn't it obvious to you that you're missing out on something? Go back to school, must not be a formal school. There are a lot of trainings you can do online to add to your waste. You've done 3 years, 4 years, no extra addition in terms of certification. You're not going for training, you're not going for seminars, even the free courses online, you're not doing anything. You're just there. Isn't it obvious that something is wrong? So at every point in time, there must be something new about you. When people look at your CV at every point in time, in every 3 months, something new should go to your CV. In every 6 months, in every 1 year, something new should be added to your CV. You have done this training, you have done this workshop, you've attended this seminar. It is important. You're growing, you know what is happening around you. You know what people are doing, you know where the world is moving to. You can't just sit all by yourself and feel your place, you're growing, you don't even know how to assess your growth. So if you need to add that to yourself, do that to help boost your confidence, to help boost your knowledge, help you grow. Now, have you asked yourself, in this niche I've carved for myself or in this area of law we are practicing, how far have I gone? Am I been able to master it? You've been in one area, you've been working in a place, this they call area they do maybe commercial law, debt recovery, insolvency, depending on where you work. And have you been able to ask yourself, I've put in 3 years, I've put in 4 years. Have I been able to master the principles of this thing? Have I been able to, on my own, if I have a brief, can I be able to handle it perfectly? If in 3 years, 4 years, you've put it in a place and you're not able to do exactly what's been done there, then you've not grown. You've not mastered the basics. You've not mastered what it takes. Because the essence of you being there is to be a master of all those areas of law you people practice. So you must be able to tell yourself the truth. Am I doing it well? Have you paid deeper attention to what is being done? They just carry files to the office without reading it. Can you draft the processes? Can you advise? Can you be consulted on areas of, covering this field your firm is handling? Now you're working for yourself or have your own office. You look at your career, yes, as a company or as an entity. What has changed in the last 1 year? How has your library been developed? How many books have you added? Your office space, how have you been able to change it from how it was looking last year to how it should look this year? Your staff, if for example you have one staff or two staff, are they faring better? Are there new things you're putting up? Can someone come to your office and say, wow, this is I like this space, it was not how it was last year? There must be improvement. You can't be in that same spot where you were. For someone who is starting up, maybe you didn't have everything, you put in 1 year of work and you see that you'll be able to afford the basic things that should be in an office. You've been able to create a beautiful space, a lovely space, and when people come, no matter their level, high, rich, average, they're able to be comfortable for you to transact. So you look back and say, am I really growing? 2 years ago, you didn't have a secretary, and after you're able to get one, it's also growth. You encourage yourself. How well have I fared? Have I been able? Some other people work. They don't even know how to save. Have you been able to do the accounting aspect of your firm, to be able to know, okay, this is what goes to me as the principal. This is what goes to my staff. How much are we saving for the office, and all of that. So you have to also know how well your business is growing. I talked about audit earlier. Have you been able to audit your firm to know, are we growing in this? What aspect are we growing? Expansion of clientele, very key for profitability. How well have you expanded your clientele? How many more clients have you been able to get? How have you been able to expand your clients in line with the RPC without offending the rules of professional conduct? Yes, how have you been able to magnetize or get more clients? You ask yourself, okay, I had 3 clients last year, I had 10 clients last year. This is 6 months down the line, 10 months down the line. How many have been added to what I'm doing? Is your work visible? In this era of technology, visibility is very key. How have I been able to position my work, my legal services for visibility? Very, very, very important. This is also another dimension or another factor in considering how well you've grown. How well you've grown. Because if you satisfy a client, it brings another client. What other things can I do to attract more people? In that area you see that there are no notary public. You can become a notary public to attract more clients. What other things are you doing? How well do people even know that you are in that vicinity? So these are ways you evaluate yourself to know, am I growing? Personally, what personal effort are you putting in to ensure that you're growing? Law reports are you reading? Do you even have? Do you even have? How well? So you see lawyers go about doing a lot of things. They're not improving themselves. No time for you to even study to know what is the law saying. New cases that have been, churned out every day, different courts. What is the law say? What is the law? Has it changed? You don't want to buy books. You don't want to invest in your career. How do you expect yourself to grow? How do you want to be the best when you don't even know the recent laws, how the law have changed, what the courts are doing with the laws, how the laws are being developed? So self-evaluation is key. Career growth evaluation is very key to know how far you're growing. When you compare yourself to your mates, you're not being jealous. Rather, you're trying to ask yourself, how well am I growing? Even with people that are older than you, are you catching up? Are you catching up with the fathers of the profession? Are you catching up with those people you see as the experts? Are you ready to take over mantles? Yes. So it's important you ask yourself pertinent questions. Now, there's, one thing I like about our profession is that there are the busy moments and there are the less busy moments. Even though many people are busy all through, but during that vacation period, it's also a very good time for you to ask yourself, how well have I done in this legal year? You analyze the cases you have, how well you've done them, what is expected of you, your relationship with your client, how do you navigate or how do you grow your client, how do you retain the ones you have. In growing your client too, retention is very important. How do I retain the ones I have? How do I become better? What am I doing to ensure the things I'm supposed to do in my cases, I've done them? So it's a time of reflection. How do I better my career? How do I better myself as a person? in my appearance, in my speech, in the work, in what I do. How do I diversify? How am I able to do other things within the legal profession that is legal, that is acceptable, to increase my profitability? What other things can I do? There are other alternative legal careers you can, venture into. Even as a lawyer, you can become a certified mediator, a certified conciliator, arbitrator, and earn good money from those areas. How am I improving myself? These are questions you ask yourself at the level of what evaluation. And when you're evaluating yourself, don't pity yourself. Tell yourself the hard truth that nobody will tell you. That way, you are able to learn, see the realities of life and embrace yourself to say, I'm going to get it better this way. I'm going to do the right thing here. I'm going to do the right thing there, and I'll get it better. If you don't evaluate yourself, you may end up becoming retarded, stagnated, not knowing, living your past glory. But when you reevaluate your office, say people working with you, how efficient are they? Do you need to lay off some people? Are they doing well? Are they things they are doing they're not supposed to do, and all of that? It helps you to re-strategize, reposition, arrange yourself, arrange your office, put things in place for better profitability. So if you're yet to evaluate your career, evaluate yourself, evaluate what you're doing in that area, in that field you are, then there's something lacking. Try and evaluate, irrespective of your whether an in-house counsel, your in any area, in any field you find yourself, self-evaluation, career growth evaluation is very key for you to move to the next level. Do take care of yourself. If you have any question, drop them, we'll answer it. You are yet to subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and join this family. We have wonderful videos we've done so far that will help you. Just go to the channel and check them out, listen to them, and you'll be glad that you did. Do take care.